going to start section 3.2, Applications of Linear Equations. The objectives of this section are set up and solve word problems involving proportions, percents, and rates. Set up and solve word problems involving angles, perimeter, and area. Unit rate. Definition 1. A rate is a ratio which compares two quantities with different units. Example 2. Bob drove his car 525 miles in 9 hours. Write this rate as a fraction in simplest terms. So a rate can always be written two ways, but since we're talking about miles and hours, it's tradition to write miles on top. And hours on the bottom, so that we get that miles per hour. Well, now we need to reduce this. I believe we can divide by 3 on the top and bottom. So then we get 175 miles per 3 hours. And there's the fraction in simplest terms. Example 3. Anita paid $384 for concert tickets last weekend for her and 2 friends. How much did each ticket cost? Now that would be $384 per 3 people, because it's her and 2 friends. Now I want to know how much each ticket costs, so I want per 1 person. So that means I need to reduce this by 3. So I'm going to do 384 divided by 3. So we get 1, 2, 8. So when I divide by 3, we get $128 over $128 over 1 person. So the tickets cost $128. Definition 4. A unit rate is a rate with a denominator of 1. These are usually expressed as decimal. Sven drives his car 455 miles using 14 gallons of gasoline. How many miles per gallon does his car get? So here it's telling us which way to do the rate because it says miles per gallon. So miles on top, gallons on the bottom. So we get 455 miles per 14 gallons. And like I said, we need a denominator of 1, so we divide everything by 14. So I take the 455, divide by 14. Well, 14 goes into 45 3 times. $14 goes into 35 2 times. Then I need a 0. 14 goes into 75 times. I did run out of room, even though I made that smaller. Let's put it there. So that means this is 32.5 miles per 1 gallon, or more commonly just written as 32.5 miles per gallon, because we don't have to write that 1. Example 6. Paul is shopping for laundry detergent. At the grocery store, the liquid detergent is priced at $14.99 for 64 loads of laundry And the same brand of powder detergent is priced at $15.99 for 80 loads. Which is the better buy, the liquid detergent or the powder detergent? This is the most common use for unit rates, is to determine which one is the better buy. So for the liquid detergent, we have that it's $14.99 for 64 loads. So that means we need to go 14.99 divided by 64. Well, 64 does not go into 14, so there's 0. Bring up the decimal point. The 64 go into 149. Yes, it goes 2 times. 2 times 64 is 128. Subtract. Get 2, 1. Bring down the 9. Does 64 go into 219? Yes, it does. 3 times. Subtract again. 27. Well, I'm not quite done yet, so I need to add a 0. Does 64 go into 270? Yep. 4 times. Then I need another 0. But for right now, I'm going to be good with that, because maybe all I need is 3 decimal places to figure out which one's the better buy. So this is approximately $0.234 per load. Now for the powder detergent, we have $15.99 per 80 loads. Let's see here. We need to go $15.99 divided by 80. 80 doesn't go into 15. Bring up that decimal. It goes into 159 almost twice, because 2 times 80 is 160, which is over 159. So it only goes in once. 9, 7, drop down the 9. Then it goes in 9 times. So we get 720. Add a 0. Goes in 9 times again. And that's where we're going to stop. This is approximately $0.199 per load. So the powder detergent is the better buy. Example 7. Your car gets 36 miles per gallon. If you need to drive home, which is 422 miles away, with a full tank of 8 gallons of gas, will you have to stop to refill your tank on the way home? Well, I know I get 36 miles per gallon. Let's figure out how many gallons I need for 420 miles. So the 420 miles per how many gallons? Well, that has to equal my 36 miles per 1 gallon. So here's where I'm going to multiply both sides by x and 1. It's a little silly to multiply by 1, but we'll just do it so we don't forget to do it in the future. On the left-hand side, the x's cancel out. You get 420. On the right-hand side, the 1's cancel out. We get equals 36x. So I divide by 36 on both sides, divide by 36. let me do it over here. 420 divided by 36. So X comes out to be approximately 11 gallons. So we need 11 gallons. Well, because I stopped at 24 instead of figuring out what the decimal was, we actually need more than 11 gallons. But the reason why I stopped is because we were just asked, do we need to fill up? Well, our tank only has 8 gallons, so it can't get to the 11 gallons. So we need to stop for gas. One time. And that's it for part 1 of section 3.2.